Hi, I'm going to take you on a little journey through one of the most useful tools that I have in terms of market research and making sure you don't lose any knowledge. I'm going to show you a website called DIIGO. I don't know how you pronounce it, DIIGO. That's at DIIGO.com. I'm going to show you how I use it. So I'm using it mainly on my laptop at the moment, although I will be looking at some of the stuff to do with iPads when I get off this call, because I've only just noticed that little message there. Okay, so let me show you it in action. I'll show you why it's useful and how I use it afterwards. So the first thing about it is what it is. It's a bookmarking tool. So as you find particular websites, you can add them to the list of sites that you keep a record of, and you can, what's more importantly, you can tag them. So as you can see on each of these is a web page, or it could be a page. It's normally a page of a site or a video or something along those lines, and each of those you can see it has some little tags attached to it. And those tags are really useful, as you'll see in a minute. And the first thing I can notice is I've got a misspelling here, so I'll have to sort that one out in a minute. So the reason I do this is as I go around, say I've got one particular task in mind, like finding some blogs with some useful information that I might want to comment on, or I might want to send out on my Twitter account, or I might want to join in a discussion on those blog forums. I would go off and search for blogs. So I have all the blogs that I found tagged with the word blog. Now, as you look for blogs, what you'll actually will find is you'll probably find other things as well. So I go through one process, recording the fact that, say, this site here, I might have been looking for blogs. I will have found that as a blog. I found an interesting article idea to inspire me later, and I also tagged it as a potential partner. Now I did that at the same time, so that at the moment I'm only interested in maybe commenting on blogs, but in the future I'm going to be interested in finding potential partners to do joint ventures with, or I might be short of article ideas. And you can see as you go through, and you say you did another process, you were going through looking for good articles on topics, you would be tagging a lot of those links with the article ideas tag. Some of those will be blogs, some of those will be competitors, some of those might be good videos. There's a whole host of other tags that I recommend that you use to begin with, so that as you're doing one task, you don't lose some of the websites that you found that are useful for another task. So hopefully I've sold you on that idea. I'm now going to show you how it works. So let's just imagine I am looking for, say, discussions on or a blog on productivity. So I'm going to go and do a search. I'm going to do productivity blog, and you can do that with, obviously any search. One of the things you're seeing here is I have a little plugin up here that's been added to my browser. I'll show you how to get that in a minute. And it then allows you to actually search through. It'll search through the library that you actually have, that you're building up on DIIGO as well. So if you've already found something, it will help you find it again. Okay, so let's have a look at this particular blog I've not seen before. I'm going to do a couple of things which I hate those. Don't do that. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of things probably with this site. Let's have a look. Is there stuff that's of interest to me? Yeah, that looks quite interesting. So from a DIIGO point of view, I'm going to pop on here, and I'm going to go bookmark. So this is the plugin that I'll show you how to get in a minute. So it's basically recorded the titles. I'm not going to do very much with this other than make sure it's going in the right group, because things are organised in DIIGO by groups, and I'll show you how to set one of those up in a minute. In fact, if you do need to, to begin with, you'll need to set one up. So you basically just go down here and pick create a group. So you create one for your particular business. You can see I've used them for all kinds of things. Okay, so let's have a look at that one. It's given you some of the tags, and what you really need to have is a definitive list. that you're using and how you use them so that you're consistent. Okay, so this one we were looking for blogs. Anything else about this? There's no particular article ideas because I'm not on a page about one article. I also have a review later section that I use if it's something I don't particularly want. If I'm in a bit of a rush, I'm able to just tag it with that so I can look at it a little bit later. There's nothing. It's not a competitor. There's nothing else about that other than that one being a blog. So I'm just going to save that away. So what I might do is have a little look and say why task list will not make you productive. Let's have a look at that. Okay, that's an interesting article idea. So I may well just go in there and say bookmark. So my expert gap. That's an article idea. I'm not going to tag that as blog again this time because I've already tagged that site. Okay, so that's done that. If I now go back to if we go back to my expert gap group, you'll see those two entries that just come in. They've been tagged with blog. So again, I can just go and say, right, article ideas. There's that one that we looked at there, and there's some other ones that are being talked about there. And really, that's kind of what all I would do. I would go back to Google and have another look for some more sites, and I would keep bookmarking them. You can see if it's in red, it's actually got a little bookmark attached to it. I don't use any of the other things that are on here. If as part of my routine, and you can also see it's got a little red tag on there. As part of my routine, I may always use other tools like Buffer app to tweet about that particular article, or I might well subscribe to the RSS feed and feed it into my Google Reader, but that's things for another day. So let's have a look at how you sign up. It's basically on the DIIGO page here. You've got to getting started now. That would then take you normally into a registration page. Once you're on the registration page and you've signed up and done everything that you need to there is a tools page at the top here, and it will take you through the different bookmarklets that you need. I think I probably used not that one. DIIGO toolbar. If you're using Google Chrome, I think what it'll do is actually when you register the first time, it will actually give you. Let's just try registering for the first time. Let's see what it does. Okay, so we go for join DIIGO, or do it from the home page. Choose a username. Let's do test. It probably won't let me do that, but we'll see. Oh, sod's law, isn't it? Oh, it is available. I'm not reading the instructions properly. Okay, I've got one of those awful captures to do. IFT. I love these. Okay, so we should get an email. Okay, so we click on activate account. Okay, right. Okay, so it's actually going to go straight to a little thing that should tell you the particular extension and add-on you need for your browser. As I said, if you're not using Google Chrome, then you're missing out, but it will work with other browsers too. So you just go through that process and add that browser in, and you're set to go. Hope that's useful. Cheers.